Hello guys and welcome back to Hey Manager with me Alex, and today it's episode 2 of the Birmingham City Save. And let's get straight back into the action and what has happened since last time. We got to the very start of the season. You can see here, I have not played these games, but these are the pre-season games. I actually started this at the very start of the championship season. I'm using the real life game mode, so we can see like loads of different players going to be coming in. If we look at the transfers, you've got tons of players here. You can see in green that are going to be coming into the squad. The likes of Nico Gordon who are coming in, no idea why. Tommy Fogarty from Ebbsfleet at 19, he looks pretty decent. Manuel Iwu, some of these players I've never really even heard of. Cody Drama in on loan. I'm trying to bring a few players in myself. Peter Atibo, he's one of the players that I've been looking at, a ball-winning midfielder. I think he'd just be good to come in. If he doesn't hit the ground running, sell him on. And I think if you look at where he's been in the history, he's been at Stoke, Watford. You know, he's a Premier League type of player. So I'd be happy to try and bring him in. I'd be very happy to try and bring him in. Try and get him into like the first division of Las Palmas. You can see here, played in the Championship before. About 6 million he was worth. If he's worth 6 or 7 million, brilliant to bring in and then sell on as well if we can. But he has been offered by Empoli in the Serie A, Sunderland as well, the MLS. We've got West Brom in there trying to get him his signature, but we beat them all to that. We got him in first. So let's see if he accepts our offer. Nico Schultz, we know he's had a pretty interesting history going from Hoffenheim to Borussia Dortmund for 22.5 million. Hoffenheim again 2.6, Borussia Mönchengladbach. At the back end of his career, but I reckon he could still be a useful player. You know, complete winger going up and down. He's got the pace for it, got the good work rate, decent tackling. His marking's pretty low, but nice throw-ins. That's what I want to see. Off the ball and teamwork's pretty high. Decision's not too great, but you know, crossing and dribbling decent enough. And I know it'll be worth 3 to 4 million. So again, another player we can bring in. Then Danny Rose, the final one of the lot. I think he'd be pretty useful if you look at where he could play. If you put him in this wing-back role, it's a bit of a question because his stamina, his pace is gone. You know, he's losing his foot in a little bit, but if you ever wanted to go to an inverted wing-back, who, I know he's not the tallest of players in the world, but mentally and technically he's got everything you need. Now, I can't remember how tall he is. 5'9", there he is, height, 5'9". I could play him as a centre-back. Don't, grill me for that. But he's got decent heading, great tackling and marking. If I had him as like a centre-back cover, potentially, I think he'd be very good because his passing's decent. I know his vision's not, but his passing's decent. I mean, he can do decent head. He's got good first touch, and then technically very good, mentally very good. And then he's got good strength, you know, decent enough pace, good balance and agility to stand on the ball. And let's see if we can bring him in. The main thing I've been doing, though, is trying to get this staff up. So I've had to bring in straight away some coaching staff. I've brought in the likes of David Watson, goalkeeping coach, 16, brilliant stuff. Lee Catamol I've brought in, believe it or not. He's actually a very good tactical and mental coach. You know, level of discipline 16, motivating 15. He's only going to get better. Does he have his Continental Pro? He doesn't. He has his A, so I could get him to do the pro license. If we can send him on the coaching course, we'll see if they do. But I brought him in. Alan Russell I've brought in, incredible coach. Assign him straight away if you can. Tactically not brilliant, but he does set pieces, he does defending and attacking and technical work, and his level of discipline is 18, so he's always going to be very, very good. I'm trying to sign a few scouts, trying to get that back and going. We brought a physio in. Which physio did I bring in? Was it BT? I think I brought in BT. Yeah, 2023. You know, he's got 20 physiotherapy. How can you not say yes to that? So I've brought in a few players there. I'm looking to bring in some for the under 21s and the under 18s because you can utilize them in your coaching. If you go to training, coaches, edit coach assignments, you can utilize them here. So as you can see here, I just click ask assistant to assign. But for example, if I were to go to fitness, I could scroll through, see who's good at fitness. He's got 12 fitness. He could help out in the strength department. But obviously that would make your quickness go down. So it's like trying to get the nice balance, which your assistant manager normally does quite well. The other thing is mentoring. I always recommend this. This is what I do on every save. I've split it up a bit more in this save because I'm starting to develop it a bit more, you know, trying to get the best out of players. I normally have goalkeepers, defenders, midfielders, forwards. So all your forwards, your left wingers, your strikers, your people scoring the goals, the top half of the pitch. I couple my midfielders up, so if it's left mid, right mid, any creative midfielders, defensive midfielders, couple them all up. Defenders, it's all your wing backs, your centre backs, couple them all up. Then goalkeepers, put all them in. So normally that does well. But I noticed I was getting mixed bag of results. So I was getting a large spectrum of players in one group and they weren't doing well. So what I'm trying to do now is get them all into smaller groups of 3 to 4, hopefully get a good influential player in each one if you can. Team leaders are always going to be the most influential if they can be, but I'm trying to get as many team leaders as I can in, because then you see like Neil Etheridge here and John Ruddy will have a massive impact on Zach G-Cock. That should be good for us. So training, that's what I've been doing. I've not done any individual training yet. I just want to see how things progress. Schedule-wise, we've got Swansea in our first game away from home, which will be interesting. I don't know if we are the favourites, but then we kick it off in the Carabao Cup against Portsmouth. They're in the Sky Bet League One, so it'll be a tricky game. I'm sure it will be. And then Leeds at home. So let's get into the game today, shall we? Tactical meeting, that's everything I've done so far. Trying to get Bergkamp in, trying to get a few other staff members in. See how it goes. We are away from home to Swansea. I'm going to keep it balanced. I want to see how we can do on that. It's telling me to put Bakuna in. Switch them around at least. Anyway, it's Sunjic in. It's telling me to put in George Hall in place of Dembele. He's naturally in that position, but I don't think he's as good as Dembele. If you look at Dembele and how he can play in that shadow striker role, his decisions could be better, but pace is there. The technicals are there for the dribbling. The technique is there. Off the ball is pretty decent. I'm going to stick with him, Dembele, and see how he does. Laird and Buchanan, keep him there. James coming in that box-to-box midfielder role. I think he suits it. I do think he suits it because, as you can see, most of his stats are pretty much 13, 11 or 12. I think they actually are. Or 14 decisions, fair enough. Box-to-box midfielder and then Bakuna playing the ball-winning midfielder role. He suits it quite well. See here, not marking-wise, but everything else he's pretty good at. I could play him as a Metsala. I think he suits that a little bit better, to be honest. But for now, we're going to let him just do his thing in this ball-winning midfielder role. So we'll play this, see how it goes. I've not really seen how it works yet. The dynamics of it could be completely different to what I imagine. Pundits might not believe in us, but I believe in you anyway. And then I'm going to tell all the guys to pump the fists up and let's get into it. Swansea, who have they got? Kyle Norton, I recognise. Matt Grimes, Joe Allen still playing. Other than that, not really many players that I recognise there. Birmingham, obviously we're playing this 5-2-2-1, or the rocket ship formation as I called it. Kicking off, we've got the Sky Bet Championship. It's quite nice to have all the graphics involved on this. The Sky Bet Championship graphics make a difference to the season. Obviously, on the Bundesliga, we had all the Bundesliga, we had the Europa League, the Champions League, all the Pokal. We had all the licensing for that, which is brilliant. Getting back into things. I've not played Football Manager for a long time. I tell a lie. I've been playing a bit of the Dortmund save. I do enjoy the Dortmund save. Tell you what, it's been cracking. I've still not won the Champions League, but I've won every single year. The Pokal, German Super Cup, and the Bundesliga. I've brought Haaland back. I've got Bellingham there. It's been brilliant. It's been absolutely fantastic. But anyway, back into Birmingham, the new age Birmingham side. And we're doing fairly well. As you can see on the left-hand side, the XG is pretty low, but we're not doing too bad. As the free kick, Grimes is over it. It's catapulted in. Pirro gets the rebound, and it's cleared away, and it's a throw-in for Swansea again, I think. I'm going to put us onto cautious, because I just want to be able to see if we can encourage the lads and try and get them attacking from the back. As Laird tries to throw it in, it falls straight into the path of a Swansea player, and that was terrible. Miyoshi plays it forward now into Hogan, who can play it out to Laird. Can he maybe make a run down the line? He can't. And so far, not so good. We've been doing all right. I'm proud of the efforts. Just keep it up for now. Hands on hips. Keep going is what I'm going to say. Just keep it going. I want to see a bit more from the boys. But overall, I think we just need to try and keep a bit more possession. I want to start overlapping either side, keep the lads dropping a bit deeper. I want to pass into space, that'll be a key one. Dribble less and be more disciplined, that's definitely the one. Don't play it to our centre-backs. I don't think we're good enough for that just yet. Let's just distribute it to the target men. Let's see what we can do with that. Play the long kicks. We want to pull people inside. A high press, but a low line. We want to get stuck in, definitely. Step up more for sure as well and trap everyone inside. So let's just carry on with this. Let's start the second half. Let's see if this makes any changes for us. This 5-2-2-1 rocket as James launches it forward towards Laird. This is more like it. This is what I want to be able to see. A crossing situation. Sanderson into James. And that is a brilliant strike from James there as the keeper makes a decent save. And now we got a corner. Bakuna stands over it. I've not looked at set pieces yet. That's a good point. Bakuna whips one in towards the back post. No one's there. Can Hogan get maybe another cross in? He can't. And that's our first decent opportunity of the game. We've been playing decently well. I've got to admit, they're playing a very, very negative rocket formation, as I call it. They're playing two DMs in there. Let's see who's having a decent game, who's not. Scott Hogan up front. Not having a good one. Jutzkowicz can come in. Let's play this target forward support role, and let's let Miyoshi get a bit further forward. Let him get in there, get him involved. Dembele can play there as well. Other than that, Ethan Laird down the right hand side, not been having a fantastic game either. Should keep him there. Miyoshi, let's keep him on. Buchanan, let's keep him on. Let's just see if this changes up the game. Let's go a bit more attacking. Let's go a bit more positive at the end of this game, because Swansea, we're bringing the game to Swansea a little bit here, and I want to see if we can maybe make something of it. I'm going to demand more from the lads. Come on, let's see what we can get from this. 8 shots for us now. Let's try and get something towards the end of this game. Miyoshi's looking a bit worse for wear. Let's bring him off now. Let's bring on George Hall to replace him. Other than that, James, he's looking a bit worse for wear now. Let's bring on Gary Gardner in there. Long not having the best of games out there. Let's bring in Mark Roberts. And then on the left-hand side, Buchanan's having a fantastic game, but Laird is not so much. But I've got no more substitutes. So let's see how this finishes out. Come on, lads. 93rd minute now, 94th minute. And away from home, you know, the second half we dominated. We took it a bit more in our stride. We probably had more possession. But in the first half, we were diabolical. But at the end of the day, both teams playing very defensive. I think, you know, we can be all right with that. We can be satisfied with the result. We'll take that on board. We'll take that on board. A draw to start the season, not too bad. It's better than a loss. We keep things going away from home, especially as well. Otherwise, a decent first game. I mean, as far as the episodes are going to be going, it's going to be looking a little bit like that, because obviously the team itself is a bit all over the place. It's just a bit all over the place. There's nothing, you know, fantastic about any of the players here really, and that's just me being honest. Yeah, a pretty underwhelming one. So I'm going to get through this. Another transfer for Tebow, sorry. Interesting one there. But Portsmouth, Carabao Cup first round, Championship with Leeds then. And yeah, I'm just going to continue through. There's nothing really else to report there. After one game, we sit ourselves 13th, perfectly in the middle. Everyone else having a bit of a struggle to start the season, but Ipswich doing very well themselves. Kieran McKenna, 37 years of age. He has managed to get them up into the Premier League. He's done a fantastic job for them. Absolutely fantastic job. You can't slate him, to be honest. He's done fantastically well for Ipswich Town. Anyway, interesting times. We will leave this episode there. So if you are enjoying the video, please leave a like, subscribe if you are new. If you're enjoying the series, subscribe and turn on that bell. It'll let you know when I upload. 203 sub-managers. Thank you very much for the support as ever. And yes, episode 2, we're flying, baby. We're back as big as ever, and I hope you are enjoying these videos. So thanks for everything, hope you're well, and see you in the next one. From me, Alex, have a great day. Ciao.